a story of politics and capitalism in our billionaire era. The thing about billionaires is they get a lot of adulation. They clearly have excess wealth. But often they don't get enough scrutiny, even as they publicly wield powers that can outstrip entire countries. So it matters if the world's richest person, yes, the person with more money than anyone else on earth, Elon Musk, manages to buy and control one of the world's most influential platforms, Twitter. You know, the United States tries to regulate how much of the media one company can own. We're talking about owning all of a multi-billion-dollar global platform, a whole different level of power. And that may appeal to Musk, who can then advance his business and government interests if he ultimately buys Twitter and owns it outright. Now, what I just said may sound like an obvious point, and Musk is clearly good at amassing wealth. There's no evidence he'd be retracting that approach when he manages this for-profit company. Indeed, as we've reported before, he will have a legal duty to his investors under law to pursue profits. But that's where this gets really interesting, and that's where it's embarrassing some people over on the right, as I mentioned earlier in the show, and I'm going to show you right now. Musk's pursuit of Twitter, the way he's done it, has actually been very revealing. People cheered Musk on by just accepting his claims that his true, deeper goal is to save Twitter, make it better, make it more friendly to what he calls free speech. And they accepted the idea that it's not about Elon Musk or his money, that he just wants to save free speech, despite lack of much of a record in that area in his career. American conservatives also accepted Musk's promise that he would basically help them on Twitter and put Trump back on the platform and do other things that they want. Now, it was just about 3 months ago when Musk negotiated this Twitter purchase, after which he backed out, and that really was the first public sign, if you needed one, on this specific issue, not looking at his past career, that this is not a post-money charity project for free speech for Elon Musk. He pulled out of the $44 billion deal over the summer because of money, business concerns, tech stocks tanking. Now, Musk was breaking a commitment, a pattern that Republican fans might want to monitor. Twitter sued him over the broken commitment, which teed up this potential trial and new evidence and secret text coming out. And then this new surprise.
Elon Musk's purchase of Twitter appears to be back on track tonight. Musk moving to avoid a lawsuit from the company.
Musk and Twitter are working to close a $44 billion purchase of the social media network after Musk tried walking away from the original acquisition agreement earlier this year.
President Trump could be back on Twitter before the midterms now that billionaire Elon Musk is once again in line to buy the social media platform.
So they're back to the deal. They're wrangling. Twitter thinks Musk is still playing games and mischief in this process. By the way, over these 3 months, that's added a lot of uncertainty to Twitter and hobbled the platform that Musk says he wants to help. Some of his investors may also be backing out. Now, this is all out in the open. Musk has been all over the place. He's broken his word. He's used people and alliances when useful and then bailed. And some of his Republican fans seem to figure this out sort of slowly, not in real time, but after the fact over time, and figure it out in public. They veered from basically repeating everything Musk said about his supposed reasons for helping Twitter, the free speech talking points, to then noticing his pattern.
For once, this isn't about power and money. Musk is doing it to save free speech.
But he's all over the place.
He's all over the place.
I think some people are getting a little annoyed with him for these constant tweets which throw everybody into confusion.
The 5 people at this table all are fans of Elon Musk. I don't think that I overstate
all of us are.
that.
I am. I'm not giving Elon advice, but if I was, I wouldn't be talking about people's jobs and people's livelihoods via Twitter.
He's our Edison. This is our Thomas Edison. This is our Da Vinci of our generation.
Announcement that nearly 10% of the company's workforce would be laid off over a super bad feeling about the economy. Liz, what the heck is going on?
Easy with the Da Vinci talk over there on the 5. You see the mood shifting as Musk bailed. When somebody bails like that, well, you can't take everything they say at face value. Now you have the latest news that Musk is back in, even though he's gone back and forth. So maybe he'll end up buying Twitter again. We have to see. But get this, now you have Republicans and Fox pundits just going all the way back to square one.
I think it's great news for the country.
We need to actually have real people that can say whatever they want because we are a country of free speech.
But if Twitter is truly the country's town square, then Elon buying Twitter is saving the country.
Now that Elon Musk is going to buy it, now that, it's going to be open to free speech, I'm more interested in being on it.
That's all new, all recent since Musk went back to the table again. It's almost like they've forgotten the adage of their former Republican president, who memorably captured where the shame belongs if you let someone repeatedly over and over continue to fool you.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you. If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
That Bushism was memorably sampled by J. Cole in No Role Models, where he rapped, fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't put the blame on you. Fool me three times, forget the peace signs. And that same song also has some lines that apply to these credulous Republican Musk fans. Don't save them. They don't want to be saved. Don't save them. They don't want to be saved. They don't. It's become clear these pundits have no desire or want to wise up. So maybe they're in on the farce, or maybe they don't care about the real world results, just like Musk. His case has put some real world pressure on the billionaire over money and his reputation. Twitter pressing for even more of his text messages. The ones that already came out show Musk laughing it up with Joe Rogan about taking over Twitter, or Musk conceding he hates managing things. We may have some of these texts even. We may be able to put some of them on the screen because the texts show basically Elon Musk talking to people as they hail him and they call about, oh, it's going to be a happy mob, you're going to fight wokeism. But let me tell you what you won't find in these texts, or in Musk's public leadership over these months. You won't find a rigorous effort to tackle or improve free speech policy online, something he could try to do. It's a complex area that doesn't seem to actually interest him when it comes down to the work. So, when you put aside the texts and all the people praising him, there's other accounts that note the trial and even more information coming out could shatter the myth of the tech genius that Musk cultivates. That's how one writer put it. Now, there's no doubt Musk is good at several things: innovation, business, driving and shaping debates rather than responding to them. Any one of his business projects could really define any other person's entire career as a success, from the disruption of electric vehicles to private space travel. So I want to be clear, it's still certainly possible that Mr. Musk could bear down, buy Twitter, and improve it. In one sense, you could say this platform for sharing text, for sharing sentences, would seem less complicated than the literal rocket science that Musk taps for his other work. And I say that in all seriousness and fairness. But in another sense, running Twitter in a responsible, serious way while also balancing profits can actually be as hard as rocket science. It's like overseeing the United Nations and dueling presidential campaigns in every country on earth at the same time and running an international media company of sorts, all at once. There's a reason why these platforms are continuously under fire for undercutting democracy. It's because the people involved who built them weren't interested in those issues, weren't involved in charity or political science. That's fine. But now they run giant platforms that literally impact billions of people's lives, their actions and inactions of the people running these companies have consequences. This is not a tech story. This is a people story. This is a democracy story. This is at times a public safety story. Mr. Musk has shown very little interest or responsibility on that score, on those issues. Instead, he's been trolling and pandering his way to the kind of political support that he, perhaps intelligently, has deduced that he thinks will help him the most as he amasses power and money right now. So he told Twitter one thing when he wanted to buy it, and another thing when he wanted to bail, and another now that he says he wants to buy it again, and that's all within 3 months. And just like other billionaires who have extreme power and wealth in this current stage of capitalism that we are all living through together, this period of time where there is the most unequal wealth distribution ever, keep your eye on the ball. Mr. Musk, who has the type of money and power that can affect all of our lives, is about power and money first. Keep that in mind as his increasingly exposed pundit fans, who've now been through this back and forth twice, keep it in mind as they keep insisting the opposite.
For once, this isn't about power and money. Musk is doing it to save free speech.
Again, to paraphrase J. Cole, one time for the DC brothers, one time for the DC pundits. Listen up. You're getting played by a billionaire. And as President Bush reminded this great nation, if you are getting played a second time, you're just playing yourself. We're back with a special conclusion on this in just 60 seconds. Hey, I'm Ari Melber. Thanks for watching The Beat. I wanted to let you know I'm writing a foreword to the January 6th committee's full report, which is coming out soon from HarperCollins. You can go pre-order the book right now, and it'll come to you first when the report comes out in the fall or whenever the government releases it. Just search Melber Jan 6th on Amazon or your favorite independent book site and click pre-order. You'll be the first to get both the report and my new piece on the coup conspiracy. You can also go to melberbook.com and order it there.